My name is Andy. I'm with S&T Orchids, and I'm going to show you three different types of mountings and plantings and repotting of orchids. So we're going to start off with the vanilla vine. This is the variegated vanilla. It's a variegated planifolia. These do produce the beans to make vanilla. Even though it's a smaller plant, everybody's used to the larger plants, which are solid green, but this is a variegated variety, but it does produce the same flower. Now I'm going to cut these into shorter pieces so that we can make a fuller, bigger plant quicker. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut these vines into smaller pieces, and with a clean razor blade or a clean, sharp tool, but it's got to be sterilized. Razor blades, you don't have to sterilize. It's a cut, you throw it away. They're dirt cheap. I suggest you buy a pack. You can get them online, and they're only like $6 to $8 for 100. So I'm going to cut this in between. This is called an internode. These are the nodes. Now, once you've cut the stem, you have one without a new growth tip. So look at your leaves to see how your leaves are growing. Your leaves should be growing in an upright pattern. This is where your new growth is going to be coming from. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean off some of these bottom leaves, because I don't want to plant the bottom leaves in the soil because they're only going to rot. So I'm just going to start putting them to the side. I cut off at least 2 leaves so that I have 2 nodes going into the soil. These are soil plants also. Okay, we're preparing the last of the stems now to get ready, and then we're going to start repotting it. We're going to be using a mixture of soil, a little bit of perlite, and some stay-lite or small lava rock you can use. I like to mix it up. It gets more air into the soil, so there's less chance of your soil turning into a mud puddle. All right, I've finished cutting up all of the pieces and made them approximately the same length to make it much easier for them to start off. You don't want to cut them too short, because then it struggles and you have too small of a plant. So we want them nice and full. So we start off with a nice mix. Like I said, you're using a good potting soil, a little bit of rock, and a little bit of perlite. So I'm going to, and we're going to put it on a cage. So we're going to put the cage in. I'm going to put some soil in first. Now I'm going to start putting my pieces of vanilla in with the roots down. Just keep holding on to your plant so that you can wrap it around the stem. See the way I'm doing this? I'm putting them all around. Now that all of these are in, we're going to start filling it in with soil. They grow and root very quickly, and they do like a little bit of water, not a lot of water, but they do like some water. You keep the soil just evenly moist, let it dry out in between waterings like you would normally do with any type of house plant. We're almost done filling this with soil, and then we're going to pat it all down. I'm just using my thumbs to push down onto the soil to make it nice and tight. It'll keep the cage upright. I'll top it off with a little bit more soil because I pushed a lot of the soil down low. And then we're going to quickly take some ties. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take all of the stems. These wires are a little bit long, so I'm going to cut them down a little bit. And we're just going to tie the stems up onto the metal frame. And in a couple seconds, I'm going to show you what a finished product looks like that's been growing for quite a while. Once they get rooted and they start to grow well, these can grow up to 10 feet long a year. So you can see they're very rapid growers. They do best planted in the ground. That's why I grow it in soil, so that you can just take the whole pot, pull it out of the pot, and plant it right into the soil. You want to put it up against like a palm tree. They're the best because they want to grow up the palm tree. And they want to grow up into the light. So as you can see, it's getting very, very full very, very quickly. And that's what we want. One more piece to mount. And we are done with this. It's that simple. Add a little granular food on the top. Give it a good watering. And this, within 6 to 8 months, will be like this. That's how fast they grow. I did these last fall, around October, November. And this is how they've grown from that to this in just that short amount of time.